Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. We are back, man. Let's get on to the show.
Okay. So first off, man, tell me a little bit about yourself, brother. I know you're a world traveler. You know, how long have you been messing around with crypto?
I'm a novice world traveler.
Okay.
I grew up in Washington, D.C., based in Maryland. I spent about 10 years in the federal government as a contractor. And over the last few years, I wanted to venture out and be more of an entrepreneur. So I left DC on a whim with some money, went down to North Carolina, moved down there, and tried to start my Airbnb business. And I got about 2 properties right now. I'm working on getting the 3rd and the 4th one by the fall. But this whole COVID thing has, put everything in a neutral situation where I can't really get that many properties right now because everything is going on. So I want to wait on it a little bit so I can get a better return on my investment. But also, I've been dealing with cryptocurrencies for a while too. Like, this is my passion. I'm an investor, number 1. I'm an enthusiast, number 2. And I just try to educate people as much as I can so they can take advantage of the opportunity of the big transfer of wealth that's going to be happening over the next few years.
Okay. And I know a lot of brothers have investments, but a lot of brothers are not familiar with cryptocurrency. So what is cryptocurrency?
I look at it as, when you say brothers have investments, it's also people have different paths to wealth. Some people use real estate to get to wealth. Some people use stocks to get to wealth. Mm-hmm. I'm using cryptocurrency, and cryptocurrency is kind of new. And really what it is it's something that was invented about 10 years ago, 11 years ago by an anonymous individual as a way to it was like digital money in a way. I don't want to get too technical, but it's more like digital money. And it came out of what happened in the last economic quarter of when the 2008 recession, the guy came up with this idea to have something that's non-correlating with the dollar. So when situations like now is happening, you can see the benefits and the uses of digital currency.
Okay. And as far as are you invested in Bitcoin or any other type of currencies?
Now, that's a good question because my portfolio is really, really deep. And once you start learning business, learning crypto more, you can look into other cryptos. There's Bitcoin, which I believe every person should have based on what it is. It's the number 1 asset to have. It's secure. So everyone should have Bitcoin in their portfolio. But when you want to diversify your portfolio into other cryptocurrencies, that's where you have an opportunity to make more money or more of an return on your investment. It's a little bit riskier, but you have chance of making higher gains at a faster amount depending on the time when you get in during the crypto age. So things like Ethereum, XRP, Cardano, EOS. Even when you go down the lines, things like Chainlink, stuff like that, crypto companies like that, where you can make a certain amount of money. Okay. But you always have Bitcoin in your portfolio, always.
Okay, so Bitcoin, would you say that's like the Amazon of cryptocurrency? So you need to be a little bit invested in there?
Yeah, that's the granddaddy. They started it all. I mean, everything correlates to Bitcoin. When Bitcoin does well, mostly everything in the whole crypto space does well. It's like the sea that rises all ships.
Okay, that's very interesting. Okay, now Bitcoin is currently trading at what? Like it was what, $9,000?
About 9,000, a little bit about 9,500, 9,700. Yes.
Okay, so tell me this: like, how can an average brother invest in Bitcoin? Can you buy like fractional shares or something, or?
And that's a good question because a lot of people see Bitcoin, see the price of it, and like, oh, I don't want to buy. It's too much money. But you don't really have to buy a whole Bitcoin itself. You can buy what they call satoshis of it, like a fraction of it. So you can have $150 worth of Bitcoin or $20 worth of Bitcoin. So you doesn't have to buy the whole thing itself.
Okay.
And
says try get you 1 Bitcoin if you can under your belt, then diversify in. You know what altcoins is?
Yes, and I agree totally what he said. You should definitely try to at least accumulate 1 Bitcoin under your belt to have in your portfolio, and then diversify in alts. He's exactly right. I agree with that totally. And altcoins is basically everything that's not Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin, and then altcoins is all the other thousands of cryptocurrencies. So those.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I didn't know that. So is this similar to like an ETF or something like that, or like an index fund where it's like a whole bunch of currencies in one fund?
If you want to say that, but like I said, I'm not as averse in the stock market as you are. So I just learned crypto all the way. But it's Bitcoin is itself, and then everything else to consider alternative coins and altcoins that you can buy into and select and have it as an investment.
Okay, so I know a lot of brothers want to ask, as far as the Bitcoin, how do you cash out with it? Like, how do you actually pay your rent with Bitcoin?
Okay, now Bitcoin hasn't been massively adopted yet, so where you can buy things like, well, some people have bought things with for Bitcoin, like a car or a house, but it hasn't been massively adopted yet to where you can't buy for everyday use of things. And it might not even get to that point because Bitcoin is even though it's the granddaddy of it, it still has an archaic technology where it's still slow. It's secure, but it's slow, and it has a slow transaction time. But to answer your question, for people to cash out, you have to have an on-ramp fiat such as Coinbase, which you might have. You have a Coinbase account, and with that, you link your bank account to it. So whenever you want to cash out, you basically just sell your Bitcoin and move it into your USD wallet and transfer your USD wallet money that you have into your bank account.
Oh, okay. So if I decide to buy a Bitcoin and I want to cash out, take a vacation or something, I have to get an account with like something like a Coinbase and transfer it. Okay, I got you.
Now keep in mind now, because the U.S. government considers capital gains tax, so you have to probably wait at least a year and a day before you cash out. If you bought some Bitcoin like today and you want to cash out on it after your gains, you have to technically wait a year and a day so you don't get a huge capital gains tax on it.
Okay, hold on. Let me go back to that real quick. So
it's kind of like stocks in a way. It's a capital gains tax if you take it out less than a year.
Okay, and it's pretty much no way around that, huh?
Nah, especially if you're doing a user platform like Coinbase that is regulated, that's made themselves regulated to U.S. standards. Okay,
and let me ask you this now: it's already really high. Do you actually see Bitcoin going up higher in the future?
Yes, and everyone asks that question, and I say I can see Bitcoin going to $1 million per coin in the next 10 years.
Wow.
And people are shocked when I say that, but these are the same people that said that Bitcoin wouldn't get to $1,000 per coin when it was only 10 cents 10 years ago. So it's a deflationary asset. So every 4 years, the supply is cut in half to a point where it causes, it's kind of like economics. If you have an asset and it gets cut in half, and if the demand of it grows, then the price and valuation of it's going to grow.
Okay. So basically, most guys don't have that amount of money. So you're saying just a fractional share of Bitcoin inside brothers can get started invested in this.
Exactly, a fraction. That's how it always starts. You can put a little bit, $100 here, $1,000 there, a little bit here. Just keep accumulating as much as you can.
Okay. I know you was messaging me earlier about not having a broker, but would you recommend a broker? And this is not any stock advice, to the guys or anything, but would you recommend maybe a broker or something?
And that's the different thing about what people don't understand when it comes to crypto is that you don't need to have a broker at all. Like I said, I'm not in stocks, but I've done all my investments on my own. It's about having that education and people learning to do it on their own. And I think people don't want to get to a point of learning to do it on their own. It's not hard. It's just not. It's simple, but it's not hard. Excuse me. You can basically, as long as you have your information where you can set up an exchange. Like you'll start off with Coinbase, but then other coins might be on different exchanges. So you have to set up a profile on those exchanges so you'll be able to exchange those Bitcoins or Ethereums to get to other cryptocurrencies that you might want to need to invest in.
Okay.
So you don't need a broker. To answer your question, you don't need a broker at all. You can do it all on your own. You don't have to pay no brokerage fee, nothing. I think the thing with stocks is you go to a broker, you ask them, well, what's good that's coming out besides your A1 stocks of Google, Facebook, Netflix, Apple, you go to a broker like, what's the other A1 stocks I can get into that's probably like penny stocks that you can make money off of? And what they do is they'll tell you these different options and you invest in those. Well, with crypto, you got to learn everything on your own. You got to look into these different companies, these different blockchain companies, see how they're doing, checking out their white paper, their roadmap, their team, everything. Those things you got to do on your own as for your own knowledge, and then you kind of got to step back and make an assessment, or do I invest in these? So it's like basically doing your own homework. And that's what a lot of people don't really want to do or don't know about doing or don't know how to do.
Okay. Fred Fails says you may not want to cash out right away. You can stake coins and receive residual income on altcoins and Bitcoin. You know what he means by that?
I exactly know what he means by that. I'm loving Fred already. What he means is you have some cryptos that actually can make you money passively. I know I invested in one. I think Dash is one, Tezos is one. These are other altcoins, but I invested in one called NRG last year. In my opinion, it's the best staking crypto on the returns of your assets that you can get. Now, right now, I bought into NRG around, I want to say March of 2019 at $1.42. I think I put in about $1,100. Right now, it's a little over, I want to say with the staking of the cryptos, it's probably about $2,700. So I made my money back more on that crypto already. But basically, you just take your coins, you purchase them, and you put them into a wallet, and you're basically staking your coins on their network and earning more coins passively day by day by day. So it's like having, I want to say savings account, but you can't even make money off a savings account. But it's like having an account basically just makes you passive income over time.
Okay, that's very interesting. I had no idea. This is why we got to have conversations like this, because I've been always interested, but until I talked to another brother, you know, all the guys online saying invest here, invest there. Until I talked to another brother that I know that's done the groundwork, I'm kind of a little suspicious because there's a lot of scams out here.
And that's true. And that is true. And I would say, even with me, I'm not an expert. I'm an analyst. Okay. And all these people in this spaces are analysts, in my opinion. So take everything with a grain of salt. It's no word, one person's word is authoritarian in this space, because the space is still new. So you can take my information, just use it, and then just do your own research and on your own time. So that's what I recommend.
Okay. Now, I know that, you know, because we had the COVID-19 situation and everything dropped, even Bitcoin dropped, right? I think Bitcoin was at what, about 4,500 to 5,000, maybe about 2-3 months ago.
I'm an expert. It was around 8,500, and then it dropped all the way down to about 3,500. It was a huge drop. A lot of things dropped, but it came back up.
Right. Okay. So, like, I know it's specific times in the market as far as like investment goes when you know when to buy in. Are there any like triggers of information? Like for me, example, I would read something like The Motley Fool, or I would look at a couple of videos on YouTube to kind of know when to buy a stock. Like, how do you get your information to when to buy Bitcoin? Because if I would have bought Bitcoin at 3,500, that's cool. But what if the next day it went, you know, up or down or something? Like, how do you get information on where it's going?
It's hard because Bitcoin is not like a company. It's not like a central company. It's a decentralized ledger. Now, if you're talking about other cryptos such as like Ethereum or Nano XRP that are run by a company that you can get, that they get partnerships with, and they partner with different companies, then that can influence the price of it to make it go up or go down. But as far as something like a Bitcoin, it's kind of hard to predict. However, one thing that I can tell you about right now is what has happened over the last month or so. It was called a Bitcoin halvening. And during the halvening, every 3 to 4 years, the supply of Bitcoin gets cut in half. And because of that, there's a parabolic price increase over the next 6 to 18 months. That's why I've been telling people you need to get in Bitcoin now, because I can see it going up to at least $100,000 per Bitcoin. With the numbers I've been seeing, it's possible to reach over $200,000 per Bitcoin within 18 months. So that's almost a 10 to 20x just if you get it now. And you don't get those type of returns in the stock market. So even if you just got one Bitcoin, or even you just put $1,000 into it, it's a possibility that you'll be pulling out $10,000 in the next year to a year and a half.
Wow.
And you don't see those gains in stock market. And that's why I love crypto.
Right. What's the highest Bitcoin has been? What's the highest it's been?
It's been at $20,000, and that was December of 2017, which was the last end of the last bull cycle, and the new bull cycle is coming around now.
Wow, that's crazy. Now I've been looking at Ethereum, right? Ethereum. I've been looking at that, and it's been going like, I was trying to buy it at 150. I've been waiting to it go back down, but it seems like it hasn't going back down.
Let me tell you one thing about this space. Okay, you're always gonna, and maybe that's with everything. You're always gonna feel like I should have bought it in at this price instead of this price. You're always gonna feel that way, and you always I should have got it in at this price. But get it now. I'm telling you, because right now, like I said, they have their CEO is a genius. His name's Vitalik Buterin. He's a genius, and they're releasing their upgraded 2.0 smart contract platform. I think in July, I believe. So. With Ethereum, even though it's 240, I've seen Ethereum go as high as $1,500 before. So to me, that's crazy. Yeah. So to me, even if you're getting it now, you're not even buying at the all-time highs. You're buying at 240. So that's at least a 7x on your return if it gets to all-time highs, and it will get to its all-time highs and surpass it. It's some analysts that said it's going to get to 9,000 per coin. That's a possibility, but I'm more realistic of saying at least in the next bull run, it should at least go up to $3,000 per coin. So if you're buying something at $250 now and you're getting it at 3,000 per coin in the next 18 months because of the bull run, that's a good return also.
That's interesting. Okay, so in your opinion, is it best for brothers to buy fractional shares, or I don't know if you call it shares, but just buy, a small percentage of Bitcoin, or maybe go towards the other currencies like Ethereum?
That's a good, because what you're comparing is apples and oranges, because even though Ethereum is not really a currency, it's more of a smart contract platform that uses blockchain technology. So it's a little bit different than Bitcoin, which is more of a going to be a currency or a digital asset. So it's kind of like comparing apples and oranges in a way, And even when you get into XRP is kind of more like a quote unquote banker's coin that can help you transact to making sending money overseas to anyone at a fast rate at a short amount of time that has less fees.
Okay.
But I will always say, if you want a good portfolio, get a little bit of Bitcoin, a little bit of Ethereum. Some people like XRP, maybe so. You can get into that later. That may be like another a live stream we want to talk about. We can go into altcoins.
Okay, that's very interesting. Now I've seen it's weird because this is what kind of threw me off about crypto. And I think this is what throws off a lot of brothers. When certain celebrities will say, I got my own crypto. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I think Akon got one. I know Nipsey, rest in peace to that brother, he was doing one. And I'm like, okay, if anybody can create it, what's going to stop? You know what I'm saying? How do we get value if anybody can create this? That's
a good question, because people always ask the question, what gives Bitcoin value? What gives it value? And really, the people gives it value. It's kind of like the U.S. dollar. What gives the U.S. dollar value? The U.S. dollar hasn't had value since it got off the gold standard in 1971. So really, what makes the money that you have in your pocket value? We give it value. The U.S. government gives it value. Our military gives it value. So I think with Bitcoin, it's just a hedge. It's a digital hedge against what's going on right now in life, in a way. So when people can't get gold, they get digital gold. And think of where we're trending in life. COVID has made everything so digital, where you can do everything from home. You can work from home. You can order groceries from home. Everything is trending digital. So why not money?
Right. That's very interesting right there. Okay, so take me to a process. Say if I want to, right now, I want to buy some crypto. What would be my first steps? What do I need to download? Any particular apps, or what?
Okay. If you want to, Coinbase has an app. I always go through Coinbase because it's the number one fiat currency for Americans. You sign up to Coinbase. You got to do a KYC, which is know your customer. You got to upload your information. You could probably have to upload your ID, your address, phone number, your bank information, so you can actually buy it from your bank card, so it can be connected to your bank, so you can buy it that way. And usually Coinbase it used to only have 4 cryptos, and now they got like over 20. So they're getting more cryptos, so you buy those cryptos. But it'll also be some alternative coins that Coinbase might not have. So you might have to go to another exchange to find those coins, and that's when you have to do a little bit more of your research. Something like a Binance. Binance is the world's largest exchange for other alternative cryptos.
Okay, what's that called again?
Binance.
Okay.
So what you do is, say if you want to get a crypto that's not on Coinbase, so something like a Nano or Chainlink. I think Chainlink is on Coinbase, but let's say Nano cryptocurrency because I have that. What you do is you buy either Ethereum or you buy either Bitcoin, which is what be $500 or you want to get $500 of Nano cryptocurrency, right? So you buy $500 worth of Ethereum or you buy $500 worth of Bitcoin. Then you open up your account on Binance, and once you open up your account, there's a trading pair. So you basically move your $500 worth of Ethereum or Bitcoin over to your Binance account. So when you have it in your Binance account, whether it's 500 of Ethereum or 500 Bitcoin, you trade that in to get the Nano cryptocurrency that you want or your other cryptocurrency that you want. So that's how you have to do it.
Okay. My brother Fred Feld says solving a problem and being decentralized gives it value.
And he's trying to teach her how what gives Bitcoin is special, makes it special. It is decentralized. It's not controlled by a central authority like the dollar. So basically, when you're running a open ledger transaction, it's verified by a decentralized network of computers that gives it the value that's saying, okay, he has $100 of Bitcoin. He's paying $100 of Bitcoin. So there's no refund. There's no counterfeiting of Bitcoin itself. So you can't even counterfeit Bitcoin because it's computer code that's not counterfeitable.
Okay. So with that being said, even if the governments, because I see a lot of the governments have embraced different cryptocurrencies like China and Russia, but let's just say guys like Warren Buffett maybe try to do some lobbying or whatnot, it's going to be very difficult for them to stop it, right?
Well, it has been difficult, and you can't really stop it because it is decentralized. Now, when you're talking about China and Russia are trying to establish their own national digital currency itself. So that's different. Okay. And I can see why they're doing that, because when you think about it, when you have your own national digital currency, you can track people's payments, what they're buying, what they're spending. You can shut their stuff down. You can go into their digital accounts and just shut their money down like that. With Bitcoin, you can't do that because it is decentralized. So it's a hedge against the system itself. So you can't really shut down Bitcoin itself.
Okay. And I'm going to go back real quick when you talking about that capital gains tax. Now, you're saying that with the crypto, like say, because I like to kind of flip my stock sometimes, I would have to pay a tax to withdraw the actual money out my account, right? It's not taxed before, like it's not taxed. What I'm trying to say is not taxed when I transfer it from crypto to my US dollar.
No, it's not. Only when you transfer into your account and you're cashing out, that's when you have to be taxed.
That's interesting. Okay. That's very interesting, because it seems like with this crypto, it is a good vehicle as far as investments, right? You want to be able to put in 5,000 and pull out 10,000.
That's thinking baby numbers. And I didn't want to FOMO people into this, but when you really get down on the list of cryptos, they're more riskier. But when you make an educated decision on what you're buying into, some of these gains could be like 100x, 200x. You're putting $1,000 into something, you probably be pulling out maybe 200,000. I've seen people or heard people that when they put $500 into a specific crypto and they went through the last bull run and they was able to buy a Lamborghini off $500 investment.
Wow. You know what? I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that, because until I heard that from you, I thought the stuff was a scam. I'm like, it couldn't be.
Life-changing games. And really, all you got to do is look at the charts. Once you start to do a technical analysis of the charts of the specific cryptos, you can see where you got into it and then where you can cash out to it based on its all-time highs. I'm going to tell you right now, I just put into a crypto maybe about a month back ago. It's called Walton chain. They're trying to basically be blockchain of supply management, which uses the blockchain to track shipping supplies from manufacturer all the way to the retailer. So their all-time high in the last bull run was $46. I bought in, I threw $500 into it just to throw it into it. And right now the price is around, I want to say 32 cents. So just even if it gets those all-time highs, I'm looking at over $50,000 right there. And I'm pretty sure if it in the next bull run is going to happen, it's going to surpass the all-time highs of $46 or probably end up going over $100. And that's me just investing in $500 into something at 46 cents. and it can go to over $100, man.
Okay, now what's that called again? Now hold on.
It's called Walton Chain. Now that's not one of my top picks though. That's like something I'm just throwing it at the wall, see what will happen. You know.
Okay. How you spell that?
WALTONCHAN. Yes, HAIN. Walton Chain.
So that right there, Walton Chain. That's it.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask you this: like, where do you get your information from? Do you go to any particular websites or anything like that to find out about different cryptos?
How good YouTube is, because you have a lot of these crypto analysts / experts that will just drop some information, and you're like, okay. And then what I'll do is I'll hear that and take a note, and then see what another person says, and then see what another person says. Then I actually go to their website, and what you want to like look at is their white paper, which is basically like the Bitcoin white paper is basically a document telling me what the company is about, what they're trying to do, leadership, their roadmap, the problem they're trying to accomplish with blockchain within the space itself, and their token supply. That's very important. Knowing the token supply, how much the market cap is, all that stuff you got to take in consideration when you want to invest into some of these projects. So you look at all that information and say, okay, I think it could do well, and boom, throw some money into it. You know.
Interesting. So you say a good resource is just YouTube, basically.
YouTube, yeah.
Excellent, man.
So like if you wanted to go research something on Walton Chain, just put Walton Chain YouTube, and then you'll see like probably 10 videos of someone either talking good about it or bad about it or what. Like I said, it's up to you to make your decision on if you want to invest in it.
Okay. So what give me a couple of picks, brother. Let me, give me some,
Now this is not financial advice. Okay,
right.
This is based on my opinion.
Right, okay.
Research on, but it's this company that I've been hearing about since January. I invested into them in April. It's called Unibright. Okay. Now let me tell you, I bought in at 26 cents. Right now it's trading for about 45. It got to highs of 55. But to me, anything under $1 is a steal. Okay. I can see this project easily going to $50 in the next bull run. Okay. Now what they're trying to do is, and it's also a problem they're trying to solve. The marketing is really good. Their team is good. But what they're trying to do in the crypto space is kind of what WordPress was trying to do for a lot of these companies with the internet like 15, 20 years ago. They're basically trying to integrate blockchain into their business so they can be able to use it in an effortless way. Because a lot of times these companies, they don't even know about blockchain or have anything to do with blockchain. So they're trying to get Unibright is trying to be able to be that bridge gap of using the technology to improve their, I guess, this business in a way, whether it's communications, getting to their customers, et cetera, et cetera. And Unibright has had a lot of buzz. At the beginning of this year, it started off at 2 cents in January, and it's already made. It was trading at highs of 55 cents. Just think about that. That's over 25x return already. And like I said, this is one of my favorite picks of 2020. So I'm probably going to put some more money into this one.
And that's Unibright?
Yeah, Unibright. Yep.
Okay. You put that up there. All right. So that's how I spell it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Another one that you might hear about, and I haven't bought into it, but another one that you might hear about a lot over the next, if you do your research, you're going to hear about Chainlink. Chainlink is very, very popular. They're talking about, even my partner, he got a Chainlink last year, and it's going to do some really, it's going to be like Ethereum 3.0 in a way. It's like going to be the next thing is Ethereum, to be honest with you.
Okay. We got to
do smart contract platforms and stuff.
We got a question from my brother Fred Moore Jr. He asked, "Do you recommend buying Bitcoin on Robinhood app?" I wanted to ask you that as well.
You could, and I know there's other apps out there that you could, like Cash App, you can buy it on there, but I never did it. If it gives you an opportunity to do it, then yes. But okay. I've always bought it on Bitcoin. Okay.
Now I will say this about buying. Okay, I will say this about buying cryptos, Fred Moore Jr. On Robinhood, you do not actually own the crypto. I think Robinhood actually owns it, and they're giving you a contract to say when you cash out, they'll let you have, some difference. So you don't actually own the cryptocurrency. So I don't know if, I wouldn't bet on. I mean, I watch it on Robinhood, but I wouldn't buy it on Robinhood. I think my brother was saying, you're better off doing it yourself or with Coinbase, right?
And that's a good point, because now you want to get into talking about security, okay? Because there's an old saying in the crypto space was not your keys, not your coins, and that's basically saying if you don't technically own your private keys of the Bitcoin that you bought, it's susceptible of getting hacked. So even if you buy the Bitcoin on an exchange like Coinbase, until you move it off, it can always be hacked and you can always lose your money. That happened on the Binance exchange, which was the biggest exchange. That's the biggest exchange, and they got hacked. I want to say the spring of 2019, where almost $65 million were taken of Bitcoin itself. So hold on. What I recommend that people do is, and this is maybe we can go deep into this later on or in another live, is whenever you do purchase your cryptos on an exchange, immediately secure them by putting them on a hardware wallet like this. This is a nano wallet. I have another different wallet, but this is a nano wallet. So basically, it's like kind of like a small little flash drive that this way you can protect your Bitcoin itself, and you can hold. It's like being your own bank. So this way you have your private keys and your public keys, and no one can ever get to it.
Okay. My brother Fred Moore Jr. said, "Oh hell no, yeah, bro, you gotta watch him. So you're saying just go ahead and you can hold your own digital currencies on the nano wallet.
It's by being your own bank, but you have to make sure that you don't lose it. You don't lose your private keys number. You're responsible for it. But when you have like $1 million possibly on this thing, you're going to be responsible for it. Maybe you want to put it in a safe or something, or keep it secure in some type of way. But this is a definite way of making sure you're protecting your keys. It's called a cold storage wallet, the nano wallet.
Okay, but I just thought about it. I be writing and stuff. I just thought about, brother's gonna be running to your home trying to get your nano wallets now.
even if they could, they don't know. They don't have the private key information. You're supposed to be able to keep your private key information separate from it, so no one can take your stuff.
Oh, okay. So it's like kind of like a password, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yep.
Okay. Excellent. That's excellent, man. That's excellent. Low. So it looks like to me, brothers, that crypto is here and it's here to stay.
Yeah, it's going to be. Oh, and let me break into a little bit more, because what you're talking about is technology and how technology is going to be growing and trending. I always compare it to the mobile phones. The mobile phones came out in the 80s, right? Right. And I was born in the 80s, and so mobile phones came out in the 80s, but it didn't really get massively adopted and massively used until almost like 20 years later to our generation. And we took mobile phones to the next level with apps, ringtones, and we do everything from our mobile phones now. It's the same thing that's going to happen with digital currency and technology. It came out 10 years ago. It's going to take another 10 years to get massively adopted. And then it's going to get to a point where we're probably not going to even use paper money anymore, fiat money no more. Everything's going to be done through digital transactions. I mean, we're almost doing it now with Apple Pay, Samsung Pay, PayPal, Cash App, so it's going to get to that point now.
That's very interesting. And it's funny, man, because during this whole conversation, did not one time you mentioned the bank.
Man, and the good thing about having your own crypto is you don't have to worry about your bank confiscating your money or putting a freeze on your accounts. I can take this and go anywhere in the world, open up a bank account, and boom, be able to have a fiat on ramp for me to move my money.
That's very good for brothers. So this is going to be a crazy question, but I gotta ask, bro.
Okay.
Can child support get your Bitcoin, man? Can it?
No one can get your Bitcoin. Okay. No one can get your Bitcoin. Okay.
So
that's the best part about it. No one.
Some brothers want to ask. You got brothers on the show right now. Like, okay, hold on. You got them put all my money in the Bitcoin.
As long as you hold your own stuff, you're your own bank. You're your own security. Right. No one can get to it as long as you have it. And hold on, your guy Dwayne Parker says that the ELLIPAL wallet is better. It probably is. I use Nano. I have one of my currencies stored on Nano. I have another wallet that's even better than this. So there's other cryptocurrencies wallets out there. This is just one of them. It's tons of different ones out there. So I just want to point that out. It probably is. I just have one thing stored on this one. Have other wallets that store other my cryptos.
Okay, now that's going to plug right into like a USB port, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. And you order those from Amazon or something like that, eBay?
Amazon, yeah, yep.
Okay, how much do they usually run? Are they expensive or?
It depends on the wallet. Some can be as $40, some can be as high as $100. It depends.
Okay.
But it's worth it if you're holding like over $100,000 worth of crypto. $100 is nothing.
Right, exactly. That's a good thing, man. All right, man. So we discussed the business. Let me discuss a little travel now, man. When you think about jetting out the States?
I want to be out the States as soon as the borders in Colombia opens up, man. Like I might be taking 2 or 3 trips out there already. I'm already looking at prices online. I'm seeing prices for round trips about $350. So
okay.
So, the one thing I try to stress utilizing crypto is because you can make an insane amount of gains in a short amount of time. Now it's very, very volatile. Yes, I'll admit that. And it scares people because it's not as stable as the quote unquote. If you're coming from the stock market, you're gonna look at crypto as volatile because you can go 20% up in a day and 20 down percent a day. So that's very, very volatile. But over the long period of time, it's been a better asset to invest in something like Bitcoin than anything else. And when you get into the other cryptos that can get you 200x gains, 500x gains in a short amount of time, you might want to take that chance and invest into it, see how you can invest into it. Because I know when I do it, I might be looking at probably 5-figure, 6-figure, possible 7-figure return within the next year and a half. And now what I'm going to do with that money, I'm going to cash out of it, pay whatever tax I got to pay on it, purchase some real estate or some other stocks or whatever to get passive income. And I'm going to be out of this country, probably on a beach somewhere chilling. That's my goal.
That's very interesting. So it looks like, brothers, that, I know I'm going to start investing in crypto. I might consult with you a little bit more.
Definitely.
But between the real estate, the stocks, and the crypto, those are all viable resources to get you passive income to get out the States. And the more passive income you get, the more traveling you can do.
Exactly.
And that's what it's all about. That's what we all about in Black Man Travels, man.
And the one thing I like about crypto is, unlike a lot of these other assets you can have, you can liquidate crypto faster than trying to liquidate things like real estate. You can take a while to sell a property, or doing mutual funds or even doing stocks. With crypto, you control everything on your own, so you can easily get in and get out.
Okay. That's very interesting. Well, brother, I ain't gonna hold you too much longer, man. I appreciate you coming on the show.
Is anyone got any questions, man? Do anyone have any questions? Let's see if anybody got any questions out there.
We don't have too many questions, man. We got a couple of comments. We got agreed, have multiple wallets.
Yes, you definitely want to have. You don't want to have all your eggs in one basket, because then if you lose it, then it's gone. So definitely having multiple wallets.
Yeah, man. We don't have too many questions, man. I think we covered a lot. I know I got a lot of information from you today. I'm definitely going to look at Unibright and what was the first one?
Chainlink, Unibright, and Walton Chain. Yes,
and Walton Chain.
Is like a down the line one. That's a more riskier pick, but Unibright is definitely good. And Walton Chainlink, those are 2 really good projects, man.
It's funny, man, because because I've been looking at it all through Robinhood, basically. So where would I find these at? Because I don't think these are Coinbase. Are they on Coinbase?
I think Chainlink is on Coinbase, and Unibright is not on Coinbase, and that's when you have to do your research. We can go through a tutorial of doing that menu together, how you can find these cryptos. What you need to go is write this down: coinmarketcap.com.
Hold on, let me put that
and that's basically like the exchange of telling you all the information about each and every cryptocurrency that's out there, the market cap, how much volume is trading at, the price of it, the total market cap price, and you can click on each individual crypto itself and figure out what exchange it's on, so you can actually go get that crypto exchange for it.
Okay, and say that one more time, brother.
Coinmarketcap.com.
All right, coinmarketcap.com. This right here?
Yep.
Okay. That's excellent, man. Very excellent, man. So we got Unibright.
Unibright's a sleeper. That's gonna be something real special by next year. Chainlink is really good too.
That's really interesting, man. That's very interesting. So yeah, man. Hold on, we got another comment. Don't buy crypto on Robinhood because you won't own the key. I think we just discussed that. You won't own the key to your crypto.
I don't even have a Robinhood account, so I wouldn't even know anything about that.
Yeah. Somebody had broke that down to me. It was like, nah, man, don't buy no crypto. Because I was looking at Ethereum like every day when it was at like 150. I think I saw that 145, bro. And I was going to buy it. I'm glad I didn't. And I was about to buy. I said, man, I need to buy like just a quick 10 of these, real quick.
I would love to get into talking more about it, because when you really get into the nuances of it, you got to break down the market cap, how many tokens it has. That's very, very important. The total max of token supply it has, what's out there circulating token supply. Something like XRP has 100 billion tokens. That's why the price of it.
So what, when you say tokens, what that's like the
actual
like the amount?
Yes. Okay. So like Bitcoin itself, it has right now it has a little bit 18,000 coins in circulation right now. So you can basically take that, multiply the price per Bitcoin, which is like over 9,000 by the coins that's out there, and that's how you get the total market cap of Bitcoin.
Okay. See, I did not know that. That's very interesting.
Like that's why Ethereum's at 250, and you multiply that by the supply that's out there. I believe it's maybe 112,000. I want to say. I gotta double check. Can't do it off the top of my head, but I think it's like 112,000 Ethereums out there. You multiply by the per price, and that gives you the total market cap of it.
Got my brother O'Shea Duke Jackson in the building, man. Appreciate that.
O'Shea, I be following on his YouTube, man. He's good, man.
Yeah, man. He gotta get you on the show too, man. This is a good brother right here, man. He dropping the game on the cryptocurrency. Brother, I appreciate that, man. Hotel. Most definitely, brother. Most definitely.
So where are you expected to go when this whole COVID-19 thing ends? Are you gonna try to do Brazil again? Man,
I'm trying to hold out to November. I really am, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to, brother, because I got a credit, right? What's more likely, knowing me, what's gonna happen is I sneak my ass down the DR. I got my boy hit me up. He was like, man, where you at? I'm like, nah, man, I'm just chilling. Like, man, your ass in the DR, ain't you? I was like, yeah,
man.
Yeah, man. Okay, hold on. He says lot token supply equals high chain at multiple X return if the coin is viable.
A high token supply equals token supply equals higher chance of multiple X returns.
So that means more circulation, basically. That's what he's saying.
It depends. Well, it depends on when you get in. Also, that's like I said, you got to really examine it. It depends on when are you buying a token, when are you getting in, because just because a high token supply, that means how high can the market cap also go up? When something, it depends. It's a yes and no. Yes and no. I always like to choose coins with low token supplies because you have a higher chance of getting X amount of gains.
Okay, he said he made I guess he said my bad. He said smaller token supply equals higher. Okay.
And I said the exact same thing. Yep. Yeah, he's right, Dio.
Okay, so break that down for me a little bit better, man. You saying the less tokens in circulation, the better?
Yes, because it's kind of like a supply and demand. That's why Bitcoin is so valuable at where is it, and it is at its price, because it only has 18,000 tokens out. It's only going to be 21,000 tokens that were mined. So that's why the price of it is so high compared to Ethereum, which it has like over 112,000 tokens mined. That's why the price of it is at $200 something. So when you look at XRP is like under 30 cents, but it has over 45 billion tokens out there in circulation, a total market cap of 100 tokens. So think of it like this. If 45 billion tokens out there and there's a total of 100 billion supply, they can flood the market with more tokens, would decrease the overall price of the token itself.
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Because that's why Bitcoin only has 18,000.
Exactly.
So are you saying when I look for a cryptocurrency, I need to look at the token market cap first?
The market cap first and the token supply first. That's why I like to choose projects like a Unibright, which has 150 million tokens in its supply. It's only under $1 right now, so it gives a lot of chance for growth. That's why I'm like, I'm buying this all up under $1 because I can easily see it going to $50 a token. So that's why you want to look for projects that do have a lower token supply.
Okay. And let me put that.
It's like a gym that not people. I mean, you're not gonna have that with all projects, but that's like a small gym if you want to get your money and get your X gains higher and faster.
Okay. Now you mentioned mining earlier. I'm loosely familiar with mining. That's when, because you can mine Bitcoin, right? Correct?
You can mine Bitcoin. It requires a lot of output of electricity power. It's like, even though people mine for gold, we mine for Bitcoin. And it's a lot of computing power to do it. Now you have some of these big times. I wouldn't say the average person can do it like me and you, because we don't have that type of computing power. But you have a lot of these large mining rigs that are customly built to mine Bitcoin and get those Bitcoins for itself. So Bitcoin is mined, so you can get those transaction fees and stuff.
Okay. And that's the only one that does that, right?
Huh?
The rest of them don't do that. It's just Bitcoin that does the mining.
You have and that's called proof of work. You have some cryptocurrencies that are based off Bitcoin that do proof of work that mine. Now, a lot of cryptos now are moving to a proof of stake standpoint, which is what I was talking about, where you can get passive income, where you just put your coins in your wallet and you stake your coins and you get transaction dividends of doing that.
Dwayne Parker said, and most of the Bitcoins are mined in China. Well,
that's possibly right. Yeah. When you have these large mining rigs, yeah, it got to be cold storage, everything.
My brother DeMarcus Daniel says, I used to mine, but that light bill going to be high.
It's going to be very, very high. Shout out to my boy DeMarcus. That's my best friend, man. That's my homie right there.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's happening. You know, another thing when that light bill get high, but that's that deals with the weed and shit. We ain't talking about that right now.
You gotta make sure you mining it and it's profitable enough for you to cover something like a light bill. You know, so it's no point if your light bill is gonna be if you're mining Bitcoin and the electricity cost is more than what you're getting on the back end of the profit of mining Bitcoin. So
yeah. And you saying so you basically need like a supercomputer to do all that. That's something you pretty much build.
You need multiple rigs, multiple computers, cooling systems, all that stuff to mine it. Now that's just Bitcoin. You can probably mine something like Litecoin, which might be easier, or Electroneum, which you can do it from your phone. So these are other cryptocurrencies that you can mine.
Okay. All right. Well, brother, I think we got everything covered. We don't have any questions in the room today, man, but we can definitely do another show, man. I can get you back on next week if you want.
We can definitely do that. Man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, man. You gave us a lot of information. You gave me a lot of information. I had no idea. Like I said, until I hear from another brother, man, I'm not really into, trying to find out,
and this is really just
different information from other people.
This is really just scratching. So we're not even getting into details of the history of it, blockchain technology itself, how it's going to change the world, how it can affect the music industry, voting, governments, cars. It's huge. Blockchain is going to change the world in the next 10 years. I'm telling you that right now.
Okay. We got a couple of more comments, brother. Also, please look into the DeFi industry, decentralized finance, making dividends from staking cryptos and instant collateralized loans from your crypto. Study compound. I'm like, this brother's on it. These brothers are on it in here.
So, and I understand exactly what he's saying when he's talking about decentralized finance. Decentralized finance is a way for, put it like this. If you wanted to go to a bank and you wanted to get a loan, you have to go through all this paperwork and, got to check your credit report and this and that. I think with decentralized finance, you can go to another crypto carrier itself, a peer-to-peer person, and be able to get a loan or collateral loan through crypto through a decentralized finance way. I want to say that's how it is. I got to do a little bit more research, but I want to say that's the basis of decentralized finance in a way. You can finance in a decentralized way that you don't have to go to a bank itself. And I want to say it was another project that was in decentralized finance. Celsius is one of them. Salt. It was something else. I can't remember the project name too.
That's very interesting. So you saying with the crypto, man, this is kind of like the wild, wild west here. You talking about no credit checks? You can that's crazy.
Yeah, you basically, I want to say you kind of like you're putting your tokens up to stake instead of instead of going to an actual bank. So it just makes a way of not having, the point of having blockchain is basically to eliminate the middleman. So you're doing things in a trustless society where you can make a transaction from me to you without having the middleman itself, you know.
This is going to be, you know what, from what I'm learning just on this right here, on this show right here, man, it seemed like this is a good opportunity for brothers, basically. When you talk about less interaction with banks, have to worry about credit checks and financing, and baby mamas can't touch it, I think this is a go for brothers.
Put it in a travel standpoint. Say if I'm in China, or say if I'm in a location like the UK and I'm living in permanently, right? And one of my brothers or sisters needed some money, and I don't want to go through Western Union because of the high fees. And sometimes Western Union charges like $20 in money from one bank to another. With crypto, I can send some Bitcoin or some Ethereum in that same price range for under like $10 or under $5 in like less than 10 minutes. So they can get the money like that. So you don't have to go through a bank and going through all that stuff. Whenever you want to send over $10,000 worth of money, you got to go through all these bank checks and they got to verify stuff. And you're just going through such a pipeline of everyone trying to make money off you sending money that you don't have to do that in crypto. I can just send the money to you directly. It can be there within minutes, and you can have all of it with just a small transaction fee.
That's good to know, bro. And let me say this real quick. I was in Bogota, Colombia, and a nice looking police woman. Let me say that, nice looking Colombian woman. But she asked me, she said, "How much money do you have on you?" At the time, I didn't really, I was just excited to be there. I wasn't really understanding what she was asking me. I'm like, I don't have no cash on me, right? But I know that if you do have over $10,000 in cash, that can get compensated anywhere in the world. So if you're moving, brothers, and you know what? Warren Buffett said in the interview that this is what Warren Buffett said, basically. He said that Bitcoin was basically for criminals, basically, to be able to move money without suitcases.
Let me touch on that, because in Bitcoin's past, I want to say maybe 2013, 2012, a lot of criminals was using it as an electronic form of currency to move money around. So they was using it in an illegal way. However, with Bitcoin, it's an open ledger. So they can track your spending. If you have a wallet, they can track where the money is coming from. So even though criminals are using Bitcoin, it's open source. They can track it. Now, this is something we should get into in another session, where you have privacy coins. So privacy coins is a way of you can transact digital currency without anyone knowing where the money is coming from or where it's going. So you're going to see that more in the future also. And privacy coins such as Monero, Dash, Zcash, they offer a form of privacy where you can transact to someone and no one can even know.
Okay, my brother Chris says, "I'm late to the party. How can we live off Bitcoin?"
No, you're not late to the party. And I tell people all the time, you can get in right now. Look at it like this. It's the 9th inning of a baseball. We're still probably in the 3rd or 4th inning of it. You're not late at all, man. Bitcoin probably 20x in the next year to a year and a half. So even if you put $1,000 into it, you're pulling out 20 grand in like a year to a year and a half, in my opinion.
Okay. My brother D.O. Trice asks, how does the brother personally feel about DeFi?
And I kind of touched on this. I haven't did enough of my research on DeFi to have an opinion. I know it's a growing space, and the DeFi movement has been big this year. MakerDAO. Oh, yes. Okay. Now, MakerDAO, and he's speaking on a kind of like a currency that's more like a stable coin, but I just invested in another one that's supposed to be better than MakerDAO. Okay, it's called BitDAO, and it's in its ICO phase. It's garnered many partnerships with Chainlink, with reputable crypto companies like Chainlink, Tron, Binance. So it's called BitDAO. So D.O. Trice, look into BitDAO. It's still in its ICO phase, and you can earn staking rewards doing that. I mean, I think I invested into it maybe back in mid-April, and it's already maybe $130 just by staking it. So it's supposed to be competing and being better than MakerDAO for the DeFi space. So look into that, man. Okay,
you say staking. What does that mean? Staking.
Yeah. Staking is a form of earning passive income in crypto, where you can take your coins, you put it in a wallet, and you stake it on the network itself. And then by staking on the network, you're conducting transactions by your computer. Your computer has to be on, where you're basically staking to make passive income for the network to move along.
That's very interesting. Okay, my brother Dwayne Parker says there's a coin called Cardano ADA that is about to roll out staking in a month. It's a third generation altcoin, but it's been making a lot of waves. Check it out. Right now, it's around 8 cents. Are you familiar with that?
I'm actually familiar with Cardano. It's in the top 10. So
okay.
It's an unbelievable project. They have unbelievable developers on their team. Cardano's, let me tell you the thing I don't like about Cardano. It's one of those projects that's been around for years, and they've been talking about, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. So they've been really slow with their rollout of their roadmap. But when it does get completed, man, that thing's gonna be big. Like Cardano is gonna be huge. So definitely look into it. My only thing about it is it does have a lot of tokens. It has like over 100 billion tokens. So I'm not touching that. Okay. But overall, the project itself, for a long-term gain, I would say give Cardano.
Okay. Dio Tri says, since cryptos are bearer assets, all you need is the crypto as collateral, and you can loan USD. Set your own rates and payment schedules. And
that's talking about, I think it's leading more towards talking about the decentralized finance with that. Like I said, I'm not all expertise on that. Maybe we can bring Dio in on the next session. We can all talk, and we can talk about things like that for people.
My brother says, you're going to need a part 2 and part 3 of this podcast. I would love to come on and speak on this also, if possible. Yeah, most definitely, brother.
Yes,
definitely. We have this show every week, man. Brother says, I was just passing by and all y'all speaking on my favorite subject. Also, Bitcoin is seen as a safe place to store your wealth since it's a hedge against inflation. It's known as digital gold since it's limited asset, like the brother stated. Okay, so he was just piggybacking off of what you were saying.
Broke that down in the first part of the live view. He's right. It is a good store of asset to have, especially with everything that's going on with the company. I mean, not with the country printing all this money. It's good. It's a good hedge against that inflation.
Okay, my brother asks, which privacy coin do you strongly suggest? Thanks for the question, DeMarcus.
Okay, privacy coin.
I have no idea what that is, by the way, brother.
I do. And I was touching it. Like I said, we're going to have more sessions on these. And there are 3 main privacy coins right now: Dash, Monero, and Zcash, I want to say. And a lot of them are just forks of Bitcoin in a way, and putting them into privacy. But for one to invest in, I would say Dash, okay? And Dash is I think it's number 20 something on the market cap right now. And it's trading about $77. It only has 9,000 tokens in circulation, 18,000 in total. But with Dash, I've seen Dash go to as high as $1,600. So even if you invest in Dash right now at $77, and it gets to its all-time highs, that's a huge. Let's say Dash is at $80, and you buy $10 worth of Dash for $800, and then it goes up to its all-time highs at what, $1,600, $1,500? That's what, 15,000 right there, I want to say. About $15,000 right there. You offer $800 investment. So yeah.
Okay. Money Guy Trading says Bitcoin Cash will eventually overtake Bitcoin. Don't sleep on Bitcoin Cash. That's the different types of Bitcoin, right? Because I be seeing those too on Robinhood.
Bitcoin Cash is basically a fork of Bitcoin, the Bitcoin code itself. And personally, I'm not a big fan of Bitcoin Cash. I'm not a Bitcoin maximist. I call Bitcoin Cash Bitcoin trash. But I can see I can see where you're standing, because it's faster technology. It has more of a block space, and it has its use cases. But I think at the end of the day, it's all about Bitcoin. Everything's pegged to the success of Bitcoin. So definitely.
Okay.
No one is late to the party. That's true.
My brother says, say the name again of the Maker DAO competitor. You know what that means?
It's called BitDAO. BIDAO.
Okay. Okay, he just answered it. The main competitor is BitDAO. Okay, we got DO try ADA and XTZ are my two personal favorites. Cardano is academically peer reviewed, the only coin to do so.
And I was saying that Cardano is going to be special. Okay, that's going to be the next wave over Ethereum, in my opinion, in the years coming down. Like I said, my problem with it is just has too many tokens to get a higher return that I want. But like I said, they're opening up staking so you can make more money off of it. Their roadmap has always been sketchy at times, been pushed back at times. It's like the Dr. Dre CD that was always supposed to come out that just never came out. It's kind of like that with Cardano.
Okay, my brother asked, Jay Lever asked, if I want to invest in crypto right here, right now, how do I get started? I know we kind of covered that earlier, but could you answer it again?
Yeah, of course, man. Anything. You have to first, if you're in the US, open up a Coinbase account, link your bank account to it. And you're gonna have to go through a KYC process of just proving your identity with like your name, social security number, all that stuff. And then once you get all that and it's approved, you're in there. I mean, you can purchase any cryptos you want. And over time, you have a purchasing power of only purchasing $500 worth, then it's $1,000 worth. Then next, you can be up to $5,000 worth of cryptos you can purchase in a day. So yeah, I would say go with Coinbase.
Okay. Try says I use BCH as a hedge against Bitcoin.
Bitcoin Cash. I would say is that BCH? I think that's Bitcoin Cash he's talking about as a hedge against.
Okay, he says I guarantee you when the bull market actually comes and everyone is buying Bitcoin, the network is going to slow down and people will be using altcoins to cash out like they did in 2017.
Exactly. And when what happened in the last bull run was people was using Bitcoin and the network was so slowed down that transaction fees were so high, and it would take like a day sometimes, depending on how much you were putting up for the transaction fee for Bitcoin to move to its destination. So I see what he's saying about that. And then when that happened in 2017, I started just buying Ethereum to move my money around. So instead of buying Bitcoin, I buy Ethereum and move that instead to get my other altcoins.
Okay. Money Guy Trading says the Bitcoin Cash is less volatile compared to, I guess, Bitcoin, BTC.
Probably so, but I can envision once Bitcoin get massively more adopted over the years, it's going to be less and less volatile as it go up in price.
Okay. My brother says I trade crypto, so I pay attention to those nuances whenever possible. You'd be surprised how much you can make just off circumstances in crypto. Brother, you got a lot of brothers on here that know about this crypto, man.
That's good because you want to educate the space as much as possible, because a lot of people just don't know or don't want to know or they're not privy to the knowledge. You know, a lot of times when it comes to wealth for us Black brothers, we're not taught anything. We're not taught about credit. We're not taught about finances. We're not taught about real estate. So we got to help educate each other so we can take it to the next level. And I believe cryptos is another avenue besides real estate, besides stocks, to get wealthy and make the changes you need to make in your life.
Very interesting right there, man. Well, brother, like I said, we're gonna have to definitely do another part two of this show, man.
Okay,
you know,
okay.
I got my other brother. We do stocks over thoughts, but this one we're gonna have to really get on this cryptocurrency, man.
Stocks over thoughts. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, my brother Kenny, man, he be on it. They send me messages all day long, man, about stocks, man. And we got to connect about this crypto too, man. You got to give me, because I want to invest in some. So
definitely. And you have to be about day traders in cryptos, and that's what they do. I'm a hodler. I just buy and hold and wait to evaluate. There's some people that do day trading crypto that can make a lot of money in day trading crypto and leveraging crypto. So that's their avenue, not mine. But yeah. But man, I appreciate you bringing me on, man. I love doing this. I love talking about it. I'm enthusiastic about the space. Like I said, I feel like it's a good transfer of wealth for a lot of people to take advantage of right now. Oh yeah, most definitely, man. I'm gonna definitely do another part two to this show, man. Real quick question, but what my last question? I know with the day trading, you have to have a certain amount to be able to day trade legally on any broker. Is that true? Well, like I said, for cryptos, I don't know, and I'm not big on stocks, so you have to tell me that. And so,
okay, my brother asks, I'm late to the show, but do you have a YouTube channel?
I don't have a YouTube channel, man. I don't. I figured I probably wouldn't have a YouTube channel until I almost retired, and that's when I would have a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Crypto is gonna retire me in 2 years. I'm telling you that right now. I'm gonna be retired before 40 because of cryptos.
My brother said crypto over whole. All right, man. My brother says, great show. Thank you. Hey, brother, once again, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. We definitely going to do another one.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can't wait.
All right. Peace, bro.
Thanks.